his car is like the modded kind, so you go like 200 plus that kind. And then the police like saw him speeding lah, so the police chased him. But then the police car cannot catch up to him.
Wow.
Yeah. Are Singaporean drivers worse than Malaysian drivers? This is your daily catch-up.
Boom.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed the Daily Ketchup podcast and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe and also hit that notification button. Like this video. Can
Please.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Anyway, speaking of entitled Singaporeans, right? That wasn't the only story that happened over like the last couple of days. There was a RollsRoyce driver that was being called out online by a... Wow, it was quite funny. Like the original clip that we saw was basically a guy with a camera who's basically saying, hey, there's enough space, you idiot. And then suddenly a Caucasian woman, I want to say like Angmo, what? A Caucasian woman, Caucasian woman appeared. And it was the most random thing because like the whole situation is so heated already. And then she's just like, I think there's enough space. And then he shout back at her and then she's like, sorry. And then
You think she's the passenger of the RollsRoyce?
No, what happened was that she went up to him to try to defuse, right? Then he just said, is this your car? Then she said no. Then he just ignored her.
Yeah, he just completely ignored her. But then she also like a bit like, oh sorry, I think we get out of this situation. And like
But thanks for trying though.
Yeah.
it was a
Go on you.
Agreed. But it was a complete onslaught like
Angmo?
the guy was just like, there's enough space, and then the other guy is like, there's not enough space, and the guy is like, you are holding up everybody, you are the idiot, and then it's just like a back and forth.
Yeah.
And then so a lot of people were on the side of the cameraman because the RollsRoyce guy looked very entitled. Then
Did he though?
No, because he refused to
It's what
get...
he's saying right? Like he's just
Like,
arguing
too
with people.
aggressive
He doesn't
also.
want to listen to people and things like
too
that.
aggressive, but also from the angle of the cameraman, right? It really did look like there was enough space.
Yeah.
No, I think that is really, but what people were upset about was also that he refused to get into his car and try. Because he could have just got in, they just direct him a bit, right? He can squeeze through and really.
Yeah. No lah, but ideally he's just looking for the driver to come out and just move forward lah.
No lah. So the other angle, right, from the camera,
Correct.
the car, right, then they show the photo. The car stick out damn far, cannot pass.
Really
one.
cannot.
Yeah. No, but then there are people also saying that there's an angling problem lah. That's not
Yeah.
the driver point of view. That's the that point of view.
Yeah.
No. You look at the markings on the floor of the car, the lot, right, is sticking out.
Yeah.
And that road, right, is Tiong Bahru, is it?
It's still Maru.
That one rabak.
No, but the better perspective or the dominant perspective is not the driver's perspective. Right?
Yeah.
It's the external perspective.
It's what you see in the real world.
Yeah.
That is what the
The
perspective
real
should
world.
be taken, right?
Yeah.
It's the one that...
Either way, we should agree that the BMW driver is the one in the wrong
Yeah, no, it's
in the
always
situation.
the
BMW driver.
always.
Just a few days back, right, I kena Tai Chi also.
Hey, don't you drive a BMW?
When I drive. Yeah. So,
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. It shows. I know.
No, so I was in this car park that is like very narrow one, right? So it's to the point where during like peak period, right, they have to navigate people out and
Right.
and then like, okay, you all go out, then you all come in, that kind, because it's too tight already. So then I was going up, I was late for something already, right? Then I was going to park on the lot on the right side. So I going out, then one Lexus come out. Then I was like, so I need to move away. Then I can go past, then I reverse into the lot,
There's
right?
a lot to ask lah to a BMW driver.
So I tried to go past already and I squeeze past. Then right, I really moved as much as possible to the left already. Then he tried to squeeze his way through. But right, cannot. So right, there are two options here. One is I have to reverse all the way down one more floor in order for him to clear. Or he can reverse 5 meters and wait for me to park.
Yeah.
Right.
He don't want to move. He don't want to move.
Then you got go down and scold him.
No, so then he's right next to me, right? He's facing this way already. So I look at him, then he don't want to look at me. then I move forward, I really cannot move already. So I open my window, then I look at him, then he look back, he said, what you want me to do? He said to me, what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Then I tell him, if you just reverse 5 meters, I can just park and then you can go already, right? Then why must I reverse? Wow, the moment he said that, right, I start to heat up, that kind of like tension, like you fight, is it?
So you just Muay Thai boxer now.
Then I sit there, then I chill out. Hey yo. Hiya.
You don't want a manslaughter.
No, so then I just, in the moment I don't know what to do, right? Then I just decided, I'm just going to shut the up. I'm going to stare at him and wait for him to make a decision. Because he's expressing and getting frustrated and emotional. So I'm just going to be silent and look
like
at
a
him.
child, let him throw finish tantrum.
So I just sit there and I stare at him. Then I let him process. Then he like mumbles some small shit. Then he make up his mind. Okay. Then he reverse. Then he reverse already, right? Then that's where I couldn't get into the lot. Then I had to like do 2-3 times already. Then I like paiseh. Then the lot damn narrow. Then after that, right? Then I park. Then he go past. Then I just like, oh, thank you lah. Like as peaceful as possible.
Then he give you a middle
Then
finger.
the lot I cannot get out of the door, so I had to go and change lot. Yeah. But right, I want to say, cause sometimes most of the days I drive a Nissan. If I had driven the Nissan that day, right, I don't think he will give me chance. I lucky I drive the BM. I really think so.
Right.
I really think so. Yeah. So like these RollsRoyce situations, right? If that guy honestly, right, if he driving some chapalang van or right, I don't think people give him so much shit.
Because and the driver of that RollsRoyce isn't the owner of the RollsRoyce. Is it?
Allegedly.
Right, that's why I saw online.
People are saying he's just a chauffeur.
He's a chauffeur, yeah.
Fun fact about the RollsRoyce.
Umbrella.
It was supposed to be built so quiet, right? So you can take business calls for executives, right? Because you also pointed out that Rolls-Royce are
It's bought to be
the
chauffeured.
the early models is not to drive, is to be driven. And the first one, the first few premium one is called the Ghost or Phantom or something like that, right?
Phantom first.
It was
then the Ghost.
so quiet.
Keep getting accident.
They had to remove the buyers were complaining that it was too quiet. They don't get a sense of the road, and they had to remove some soundproofing so that you can feel the road.
You know, this is the same reason why your ATM has the sound.
Even though it doesn't need
It's
to.
a fake sound. It's not the actual sound of you counting your money. But because after people key in, right, then the machine no sound, and then they are scared that, hey, is it the machine stuck? How come my money not coming out? So they give you that sound.
You mean the audio clip?
The audio cue.
Or it's a mechanical flip, you think?
I'm not sure, but it's a manufactured sound. Like it's not actually the machine no sound one.
Last time also all the Subaru Impreza or the Mitsubishi Lancer want to stack one Evo or WRX, right? Then they'll add the sound.
Yeah.
So when they change gear, actually it's just they play the sound.
It's like noise like that.
They come out from the speaker.
Only you can hear. But
Damn paiseh, yeah.
Sometimes
Then the person go Bluetooth.
Sometimes I do stand up, so people not laughing, I just laugh myself, like haha, like at the end of mine. Just so people will catch it and then think it's
Don't bring the mood down like that again.
Sound effect. Speaking of drivers and like poor behavior, right? Professor Tommy Koh, if you guys don't know who he is, like he's usually a commentator when it comes to like policies and like law and things like that in Singapore. So like usually headlines will be like Tommy Koh said this, and then everyone like hoo-ha, right? So Tommy Koh, he's also the director at Tembusu College.
If I'm not wrong, he's a former chief diplomat. That's why he's so notable.
Yeah, and he's the father of Wei Koh, who founded Revolution magazine, the watch.
wow, this really.
Wow.
Wait,
Imagine we cut this part out though.
We probably will. That's the problem. When he said, do we really include the 7 habits of like, I was like, oh shit. I'll just quickly go through them.
Yeah.
So like he basically just wrote this piece like, like it was so bit of a satire piece.
Tommy Koh wrote this.
Tommy Koh wrote this.
Like just came out.
No, it was like 2015 or something like that. Yeah. So he
Such a jolly man.
2019. The 7 habits of Singaporean driver. So like he tried to be funny a little bit lah. He said speeding is one. People like to be Lewis Hamilton wannabes. Uncle joke. Sorry, Tommy Koh, you're really great. Waco also. Revolution Watch, really awesome.
Right after you hype him up, sir.
Overtaking, right? The second bad habit of Singaporean drivers, the impulse to overtake the car in front of him could be due to our kiasu nature. Always wanting to be ahead of the competition.
right.
I can relate, even though I'm not Singaporean. 3 is the red light. Every time you see the amber light, instead of slowing down, speed up. Problem. Never give way. Every time like you sort of give way to like buses or like people need to like
But
just
when
change
people
lane or
high
what.
beam you though, that's so irritating.
But it's better than being horned.
I guess, yeah, I think so.
Like, would you rather be horned or high beamed?
I'd rather be. Okay, never mind.
I'd rather be high beam for sure. Because the
agree.
horn sound is very like
Jarring.
Plus everybody know you did wrong, as opposed to the high beam is just you know.
But I feel like I'm pegro. Like okay, I actually did this one time before, right? Like I'm already in the right lane, but can I see it on camera and P-plate? But so I might be slightly above the speed limit, right?
Say
But
your
still
friend.
the acceptable range, right? But I'm already driving at the appropriate speed for the right lane already. Then the guy behind me really chiong, so he high beam, so I slow down my car.
Oh, I did
You are
once
that
too.
kind ah.
Oh my
Like one time lah, but then after that, like he come very close, then I scared lah.
Right. Then you got ask him to stop at the roadside or not?
No, never lah. So I
You must-
continue driving, then after that he just overtake me lor. Because
you,
there's space to overtake, but then he go and high beam me. That's why I go and
Yeah, especially like KPE. It's
Wait,
annoying.
why did you say space to overtake? And then you point to the left.
overtake on the right. Oh,
You already at the fast lane lah.
Yeah.
You
So by
could
right,
have
you
moved to
shouldn't
the
even
middle.
be overtaking me in the first place.
Yeah, but you could have moved to the middle lane lah.
He could. No, but I understand the annoyance.
Yeah.
You know who taught me that brake to scare the fella behind? My dad. He did a watch this.
Then he kena
Then we were
bang.
driving the company van, so we had nothing to lose, you see.
Okay lah.
You got a good 6 meters before you hit my backside. Like you can bang into my car before you touch my head.
right.
Yeah.
I
My
don't
father's like, watch this.
My dad damn toxic, right? So like he last time like to zeng car, go and do until like those damn
Because he bought a
fucking gangster
BMW
car.
lah, bro.
No. This is the old man. This is the old man version already. Back then, yeah, he buy the car, then he zeng those like sports one, got light, got turbo, got like all
Right.
sort of whatever
Big
lah.
exhaust. Neon.
So his is he's not in front, he behind. But you bit right, then he will go in front of you, then he brake. Then after that, then hazard light, hand come out, go to side.
I did a campaign with Gashla or something like this before.
Yeah, the gentleman campaign.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's quite crazy though.
Such a scary world, the roads. That's why I don't have a license.
Yeah, it's the wild thing where
But you wanted a license, you tried to get.
I mean, my parents really want me to have a license, lah, right? It's just it's a Singaporean thing, lah, right? You must have a license, you must have a wife, you must have kids, lah. Like that's just what.
Really,
it is, right?
Wow.
But like I tried, lah. I failed my driving test twice. I've given up,
then you single.
and then I'm
No
listening to all
kids.
these stories.
You live with your parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Do they still talk to you?
I just wanted to say I thought high beam was the calm way, the courteous way of actually saying, hey, I'm not gonna horn you, I'm gonna give you a chance.
But he on off, so I got a
Then,
seizure, you know.
Fair enough. I think that's quite bad.
Yeah, I think on-off would probably be
and
worse
on
than
the
a horn for sure.
Yeah, and on the part of Singaporean drivers also, right? It's like in Southeast Asia, right? Horning is actually a good thing. Horning is to indicate it's a
Yeah.
signal, right?
Yes.
But Singapore, I don't know why we so f***ing sensy, alright. Then we like, you horn me, you're not happy, you want to fight.
Yeah.
You know? Or like, I wrong
I
man.
slowly become like that now, you know. Like I use the high beam and horn to like if I gonna make a turn.
You
or
use
to-
the high beam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use the high beam when I'm making a bend at night.
To indicate lah, to tell
Ah.
people,
So that-
signal lah.
Like if you're going in a T junction, so that the rest know that.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
communicating
Yeah.
And then like the whole overtaking thing also is like, wow, I feel like we are the only country that is like, you want to, if I'm here, right? And the other car is here coming, right? If I signal already, I want to overtake, right? This will speed up. Right?
Yeah. One of the first things my father taught me as a pro tip when I got my license is that when you want to change lane, you don't signal early.
Because no one will give you chance.
The moment you signal, everybody behind speeds up.
The danger of that, right, is the motorbikes that are weaving between lanes. That's
That's
why
the
no
thing.
matter what, I always signal.
No, so basically, I mean, it sounds like terrible advice, right? But there's a bit of wisdom there. So basically, when you find your opening ready, then you signal and go. Yeah, then you signal and go, that kind of stuff. Don't like early you signal intention, you never go.
My go-to is I will signal, then after that, the next car pass me, then I go. Because I would have imagined that the second car would have seen me long enough to, if he never give way, it's his fault, you know.
Yeah, but when,
So you don't see whether he slow down or speed up, you just go.
No, I have to speed up to go, ma. Some people slow down to change lane.
last time my sister just get her license at the time, right? When she checked the mirror at the time, the wheel turned in. So she want to change lane, she will tell my dad she want to change lane. She's damn unconfident as a driver. Then he said, you got check your mirror or not to check? Scarier.
Then your dad praise her, why you so good at changing lane? just go.
See the wheel connect to the neck, the thing.
But at least in Singapore, you guys are so like you guys follow rule of law. I guess because you have to, like, you scared of fines, right? But like, say for example, there is
You
like
also?
there is a turning lane like this. So there's two-way street like this, and then you're here, and then you want to turn the other side, right? You have to wait for this traffic to subside first before you go to the other side. In Malaysia, right? You don't go and stop this traffic first and just park your car there.
You'll just be stuck.
You have no way to go to that next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you got to like inch out.
You have to inch
Yeah.
out. You have to just be like, hey, sorry. The guy is just staring you in the face, and you're just like, sorry.
Even
That's so scary.
Even the parking culture also, I damn shocked the first time I drove to Malaysia. Cause like the lots are all here. Then there'll be like two other cars blocking you. But they will leave their number. So you're supposed to just call them, then they will move away. Then you can go off. Yeah.
You horn twice first. If you see them running within 1 minute, it's fine, and then you call them.
I have a friend's friend, right, that a lot of people go to Malaysia to speed, right, to like race a bit, right. So then
No, I don't know any of
no.
those.
It's called where? Sepang, is it?
Sepang is the F1 track. lah.
Sabang's F1 circuit.
Yeah, Singaporeans go there to
Yeah,
race,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Race,
but he
ah.
drive on the road kind of. So his car is like the modded kind. So you go like 200 plus that kind. And then the police like saw him speeding lah. So the police chased him. But then the police car cannot catch up to him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then it was a very bragging thing for him.
It's quite crazy because like in Dubai or what, right? The police have Lambos also.
Yeah.
And then they paint in the police car. Then they can really chase after all the other Lambo drivers.
What's the name of the souped up Proton?
Lotus.
No, there's a funny name for the Wajah, right? But then you throw in like Evo engine. There's a name.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, there's a funny Malaysian name.
When I first got my car, right, like 3 weeks in or 2 weeks in, right, I realized whenever I press the accelerator, right, it's very hard. And especially when you go up flyovers, right? Wow, then like I really feel like I'm flooring already. And then like, how come my car cannot go up? Like then I feel like, oh my god, my car, this is a shit car that I just bought second hand. There's no fucking power in it. Then after I realized, right, is the driver's seat, the carpet rolled up behind the accelerator.
How long have you?
At least a good
Day?
half a week.
Half a week.
Wow.
Or one, no,
Month.
a week, at least.
A week. Wow.
The
A week.
exact opposite happened for me. My driver, right? Well, I took private driving instructor, right? So I learn with his car. So then I have to rent his car for the actual test. The actual test come. Then I sit in the driver's seat already, like oh, I nervous, yeah. Then he suddenly, boy, wait, Then he took out like something from behind the pedal. Then I like, what the Then he just walked away, then good lah, whatever. Then I close the door, then the instructor, the invigilator come in already, then I'm like, okay, time to go. Then I go right, then I step the accelerator. Like,
The whole time there was pen.
powerful. Then the moment I go to the first station, right, I have to go up one ramp and brake, right. I just go up, pang, pillar, the one pole just drop. Then I look at the guy, he said, just continue, right. Okay, I fail already. Then I finish the test. Wow, fails, yeah.
Confirm, you think?
That guy, yeah, the instructor.
Yeah, why he never let you get used to the...
I don't know.
Wow.
Did you ask him after the test? Or
Never.
he chow already?
Did you
Chow
go
already?
he go to him after for
I
your
go to my
second
class,
test?
right. So he will take girls and guys, right. Girls, right, he will overrun. Guy, right, he sleep.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah, a lot like that one.
Yeah,
My instructor, the guy that was teaching me also, like he's just, as I'm driving, he's just constantly booking more lessons. He just watch what I'm doing here, and sometimes he will fall asleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll fall asleep, then I will jam brake just to get him.
Nice.
But that's why I fail also lah.
you just to say you thought you heard him do this, right? Then you, bam, like hit the.
Comes down to
Yeah, like learning from a private instructor in Singapore, I think is a very weird thing, because the schools have a certain way of testing that these teachers are just. So when I got into the first lesson, I see all these different toys on the dashboard.
Yeah, oh my god, what's your instructor's name?
Mr. Ang something. Yeah, got snowman here lah, lion dance here lah, all this nonsense there. And I'm like, wow, this guy, I guess he loves toys. I love toys. We get along. And then halfway through, I realized that this is like for parking. It's all the marking. Like, okay, you reverse until you see the snowman on the line. Then you turn to the left. Like, that is how he teach.
But honestly, it made it so easy to park that I couldn't park without it.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? They give you all these like cues, right? Then when you in the
Next
real
day
world,
comes, he the wrong car.
No, it's that car. But like if I'm trying to like learn it without it, right?
Yeah.
Like if I go home and I like practice with my dad or whatever, then all these things is not there anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to like
Your dad just disappointed in you. Like, child.
I'm just trying to learn it in a way that is universal lah. But like when I go back to a lesson, it's like when must you reverse? I'm like when whatever
the
meters away. Wrong. It's you must see the snowman. I put a snowman there for you to see. You don't use, then you fail, then my fault. I'm like, yeah, it's your fault because you cannot teach properly.
Yeah.
Oh, calm down.
But yeah, that's why I don't have
My
license,
private instructor was so deep. Maybe I should recommend him. Hi, Uncle Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Like he's so good to the extent that when we are standing there, like on the day itself, you have to of the day of the test, right? You have to stand beside your car, and then until the instructor come to your car, then you need to like, good morning, sir, all that. So each person that walks out right from afar, he can see. He will say, this one is who. He purposely look out for these things. Then after that,
You this whole time though, trying to get a tip out of you.
everyone go right. Then left my car there only. Then got this other guy come out. Then he like, wow, this guy very tough. Then after that, lucky right, he walked past.
Wow.
Then after he walked past right, then I'm the only car left there. So then my driving instructor, he was like, did I not register you? I was stressed really because that day I prepare what. Then after that, lucky suddenly got one last guy come out. Then he was like, okay, this one good. Then I then
You
after
got wear like short skirt or not? I heard that's a good technique.
No, he sleep, but never mind, nothing to see.
Mine also slept, but I failed. His sleep, I thought was a good indication. I failed.
Like so smooth, right? You're driving so smooth.
Yeah, like you must feel really safe with me. Come on, 34 point. What the?
He just anyhow check lah because he sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. He was just tapping on his iPad. It didn't occur to me that was the grading system. So I thought he was communicating with somebody. No lah.
My one when he slept, I tried to
failed.
pick at his iPad, but then after that cannot see.
Anyway, just to close up the remaining ones is basically Singaporeans also like to potong jalan with poor parking and also have the reluctance to use indicators. Hate to use the blinkers.
Just now he got say.
Actually, this is just Dan want to shit on Singaporean drivers.
Is that the last one?
Because he got a new car.
To be fair, Malaysian drivers are way worse, right? Like
Yeah, correct.
You know. Yeah.
we just ended there.
You cannot do it right, sir.
Oh, way to close.
People nowadays are so woke.
Hey guys, if you like this episode of the Daily Ketchup podcast, like this video and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.